4 signs you are being chosen by God. When you notice these 4 signs I want to talk about, you have been handpicked by the divine in your family to serve a particular purpose, mission, and assignment in your generation. You won't like to miss any part of this very video for any reason at all. Pay close attention to this video from the beginning to the end. Like the video, drop your comments. If you are new here, subscribe to my YouTube channel. God bless you. So, what are the signs that I am chosen by God? What are the signs that God is interested in me? That I am an instrument in my generation. You are going to notice these 4 things I want to talk about. Being chosen by God has nothing to do with how worthy and unworthy you feel. It has nothing to do with your achievement and your accomplishment. It goes deeper than that. It is God's purpose and not your purpose we are talking about. The Bible said, you have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. And the Bible said we are predestined. Whatever thing you are going to be, it has been determined by God before you were born. Remember what God told Jeremiah when you read the book of Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5. He said, while you were still in your mother's womb, I knew you. I have sanctified you, ordained you, and set you apart as a prophet to your generation. So this is what I am talking about. What God say you are and not what you think about yourself. What God think about you and not what your generation think about you is what I'm talking about. So how do I know I am a chosen in my family? How do I know I am a chosen in the society? Number 1 is strong conviction. A strong conviction. The supernatural ability to know that you are a chosen is wired in your spirit. You may be poor, things may not be palatable, but you will have this very deep sense, this very knowing supernaturally that you are different, that you are destined to be something, that you are great, you are being chosen, the hand of God is upon you. Even when the situation is contrary to what you are saying, you will know you have this very conviction that you are destined to be great in your family. And of course, age may be telling on you, but you will know it that you are not a small man. There is this man I always come across who will always tell me, an elderly man, that he is a great man, he is a rich man. But a mere looking at him, you will not see anything that makes him great. But guess what? After many years, the children this man gave birth to, they became great, that eventually made this man a figure in the land before the man passed on. So you will have this very conviction that you are not ordinary person at all, that you are a great person, that you are a chosen person. Number 2 signs that you are a chosen: supernatural provision. When God chooses you, he will provide for you. When God chooses you, he will give you a supernatural breakthrough. He will give you favor in the sight of men. And of course, this is how Jesus grew. The Bible tells us in the book of Luke that Jesus grew in stature and in wisdom and with favor with God and man. So when God chooses you, he will give you favor in the sight of men. They will bless you with what it takes to serve his purpose over your life. Because if he did not bless you, you will not be able to serve the purpose why he has chosen you in your family and in your generation. So when God chooses you, he's going to do what? He's going to provide for you. You will experience a supernatural breakthrough, a supernatural turnaround. And of course, things may not be palatable right now, but when the season comes, you are going to experience it without stress, without struggle. That those who have not even crossed paths with, they will just have the desire to favor you. It is a sign, an indication that you are chosen by God. Number 3, signs that you are chosen by God: the sense of positioning. The sense of positioning. When God chooses you, he positions you. God does not choose men without positioning men. When he chooses you, he positions you. Hear what Joseph said to his brothers. when he has revealed himself to them, he said, who know God have sent me to Egypt in a time like this to survive you. The reason why God opened that doors for you to walk in that particular place where you are walking is because he wants to use you to serve a purpose. The reason why he placed you on that location very easily is because he has chosen you and he has to position you. God does not choose men without positioning men. When he chooses you, he positions you where you can serve the purpose at the right time and in the right season. The uncle of Esther sent a message to Esther. He told her, say, who knew God have sent you to the palace in a time like this to save the people of God in the land when the king has made decree that all the Jews to be eliminated. You hear that? Thank God for the life of Esther, who make judicious use of the opportunity that she had to save the people of God in the land. So when God chooses you, he will position you where you can serve the purpose. Then it is now left for you to make use of that very opportunity God has given to you. And of course, some people are being positioned in a very high place, but they forget that God has placed them there to serve a particular purpose. Hearing the sound of my God, God will give you an understanding. God will open your eyes to know that he has placed you where you are to serve a purpose in the name of Jesus. So when God chooses man, he positions them. When God chooses men, he provides for them. When God chooses men, he give them this very strong conviction. Number 4 signs that God have chosen you. He will cause you to walk in a particular path. He will cause you to walk in a particular path. For example, I am chosen by God to be a minister of God. And this is the path that he has chosen me to tread on. You will be so passionate about the path that God has placed you. There are some of you, God will place you on the path of education to become educationist in your family. Even when others did not have the opportunity to go to school, you will discover that the door just opened for you and you have this very burning desire. Even when you don't know what is ahead of you, even when situation is not palatable, you will have this very burning passion that you want to become educationist in your family. This is what God does when he has chooses you. He will place that very strong desire upon you to tread on a particular path so that he can be able to bring changes to the family through you, so they can be able to affect life in your home through you. This is what God does when he has chosen you, when he chooses you. So it will cause you to tread on a particular path for a purpose, Even when you are not getting support at the initial time, you will just have this very burning desire within you that you are not going to stop until you have achieved that very desire, until you get to where you are going. So when you notice these 4 signs, know that you are a chosen. When you have this supernatural knowing, when God provides for you, when God make a way for you, when God position you, and when God calls you to walk in a particular path, it is a sign that indicates that God has chosen you. What actually stood for you in this very video? Did you notice any sign that you are chosen by God through this very first sign? Drop your comments, for I would like to interact with your comments. God bless you.